For my next little project, I'm looking at this February 2014 Hornby magazine, and in it there are some free huts and shelters, and the one I'm going to be constructing is a simple little lamp hut. Quite easy by the looks of it. And what I've done so far is I've cut out the pieces that I need, the walls and the roof. And here are the 4 walls that I'm going to be adhering to a 2mm thick mat board. And for the roof, which is curved, I'm going to be using tinfoil, which I will corrugate, and I'll also apply this to the walls, give it that authentic corrugation look, and then I'll paint it. So let's move on from here to the next step, where I will paste them to the card and then cut the card out, start the construction. I've used Elmer's glue stick to adhere the required wall pieces and roof. So here's a mistake. I adhered the roof section to the card when in fact it's got to be a lighter card, but I'll take care of that. So it's all a case of paying attention, isn't it? Making a little progress here. I've managed to get the little lamp hut put together. It's very rough looking. If I were to do it again, I would not use the matte card, I would use plastic card. This was pretty messy, but what I will now do is some thin plastic card that I will shape so that it sits over the building, something like so, and maybe trim it a little bit, and then I'll put the corrugations on it and put it all around, and it'll look pretty good by then. Well, I managed to finish off the lamp hut. As you can see, I've got all the corrugated sheeting done. Now, it's not perfect. This is a sort of first attempt at something of this proportion. And what I'm going to do is paint it probably black, a matte black, and see how it turns out. So that will be the next step. But once again, here's a little tool from Brunel Models down there in Melbourne. It's HO scale. They didn't have 00 scale, but you know, it really doesn't make a great deal of difference in something of this size. And this is the male part of the tool. Unfortunately, it snapped off, as you can see here, and I haven't been able to put it back together. There's the other part of the handle. So that would be it there, and as you see, just a clear snap right at the end of the corrugations. Anyway, a great little tool, and I think it can only be purchased from Brunel Models in Melbourne. And you know, it costs more to get it up here to Toronto than it actually costs for the tool. So you know, if I'm ever going back down to Melbourne, I'll go to Brunel and maybe buy another one of these and see what else they've got down there. Maybe by that time they will have moved into 00 scale having understood that there's a market for the tool. Anyway, so onwards onto painting our little lamp hut. The shed has received a coat of primer, just a grey primer, and that will set it up nicely to get painted black, which is the next step. So let's do that. And so the process of painting the lampshade begins. I'm using acrylic black. And I'll paint everything black, and then after that's dried out, I will go back in and weather it. And the paint will cover up some errors and also the bad manufacture or construction of the shed. I just want to make sure I get all of it covered. But then I should be able to pick up all the little nooks and crannies that might have been missed when I use the weathering. So now the black paint is dry, and what I'll do is I'll take some burnt umber and I'll dry brush some of that on. I just scrape off, and then maybe just hold it this way. So what I'm going to do is file it a little bit to try and see if I can expose some of the edges. Just a little bit here and there. And then what I'll do is when I scrape up some pastel powders, I'll go over it maybe with some orange colour, and then once that's finished I'll fix it. So I'll need to go and scrape up some powder. So now I've got some orange colour pastel powders, and we'll see what it looks like. Just want to, don't want it on too heavy, right? Maybe try some lighter shade, kind of yellow. It's all about experimentation here. And just touch it. Like that. And then I think what I'll do is I'll add in some green for a sort of moss effect. As you can see, it doesn't take a lot of scraping to get this. So I'm just going to so there you go. I think that is ample. And then what I'll do is I'll fix it. And then I'll find a spot for it on the layout. So this is just a test to see how different materials might look around the building. I'm just trying to make sure that I get just the tiniest of pieces out here. I'll just put some flock around it just to sort of set it off. And just put some bits and pieces in there. Anyway, there's the lamp hut or lamp shed, and I've got a figure in there for scale and the 4 danglia. I'll give you an idea of how it might look once it's finished. That's glue that's on the roof. It hasn't dried yet, but it just, give you an idea. Just swap the figure out with a little bit of a better paint job on the figure there. So I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, please remember to give me the big thumbs up, and look forward to other interesting videos on my channel, and check to see these other videos that will pop up, and hope to see you again soon at Partick Hill Station for more tips and tricks. And if you're interested in the Brunel Models corrugation maker, I'll add a link and you can check that out. Thanks very much for dropping by, and we'll catch you next time. Bye for now.